Welcome. This is Barry Jones from Angelic Wisdom, and we're here for our monthly Angelscope for the sign of Virgo for the month of June 2023. So as we begin, I would just like to first start off by welcoming everyone back to this monthly series and to also welcome anyone who is new to our Angelic Wisdom community. A few things I'd like to remind you of. First, make sure that you subscribe, select the all notification bell, like, dislike, and leave comments if you feel called to do, if your heart's really inspired in some way to share an insight that you've received. Never know who you're going to bless in that way. Also, if during the course of watching this video or any of them, you feel called to have an angel reading with me, you can go to my current website, theangelschool.com/services, to purchase your reading, and from there set up an appointment. So if it's your first time having a reading with me, there is the first time promotional offer available, and for everyone else, there are other options available for you as well. If you just like to contribute to my channel, you can select my PayPal me link. Now, all the links are below in that description area. So any donation you'd like to make to the channel would be greatly appreciated. And the final link to tell you about would be, please go check out the general monthly angel reading for June 2023. It's really important, and I'm not going to go into it here because that's why I separated them, and I don't want to go off on the tangent. But I just want to say it's such a crucial and pivotal part of our ascension process. And they talk about respect and gay pride and what that means for all of humanity, and that this this annual celebration of, of pride, unconditional love is a key energy in our transition. So please go out, take the time to see that, hopefully before watching this one. All right, so let's take a deep breath together now. And just allow everything in your body to relax as you take some more soothing, relaxing breaths. And just be aware of your heart center and of your frequency. And just allow your heart chakra to expand and envelop all around you. Perhaps you might sense or feel a very pale, pink, white, and gold, a rose gold energy around you. And the angels just really want you to be present with your feelings right now. There's a tendency, as they're showing me, to kind of want to zip it all up. And they say sometimes you kind of put yourself into, they're showing me sort of a corset, you know? And I get this sense of just being a little too harsh on yourself. And this kind of will make you a little harsh on others as well, because you expect a lot from yourself and you expect a lot from other people. And they're writing, yes. And I just saw the word compensate. So maybe sometimes there's a few things, like you are compensating for something, is one thing that's possible. but also that you get kind of worked up when you put out a lot of energy out there and it's not reciprocated, or you don't get compensated for it. And that can be in so many forms, but people, paying you a little praise, or giving you what you're worth if it's in your employer. Um, and I'm just sort of seeing a little fox. And so the word of being a little too clever for your own good, all right, might sometimes kind of come back to bite you a little bit. And I'm just seeing sort of this flowing dress, and so like a sundress. So it just flows from the straps um, and completely down. So it's just a big flowing summer dress, and it's very flowery, and so it gives me a symbolism of divine feminine. Being more nurturing towards yourself, going with the flow, being more receptive rather than initiating or things, or being the one who's always taking action. And you're good at that, um, but you need some time to take life in more, really get more into your divine feminine energy. So you're an achiever, you are a high achiever, you're high functioning, and not everyone around you is always as grounded in that way. So being a little bit more, listening more, being more observant, learning to respect the person's journey will also help you to respect your own journey and give yourself a little bit more credit where it's due than your criticism. All right, so let's take a look at the archangel that we're working with for this month. Wow, it's happening again. So I'm recording four out of the 12, I'm recording them on three separate days, four at a time. And this happened yesterday where cards kept repeating, almost like the majority of them. And then I would move to the next reading, and the majority of them would be there again, but a new one would be introduced. And it kept doing that until the fourth one. So it's almost like we're moving forward steadily and sort of step by step, not all of a sudden a very dramatic change. It might mean that this month is going to be consequential in terms of the progression that we make in our essential process. Is going to just be a pivotal month. So, Archangel Mallory, the twin flame of Archangel Uriel, says, remember who you are. Take action when you are ready. And it's just a sense of slowing down. But it doesn't mean to not be active. It just means to get to know who you are. Remember, get in that place that's where you're truly centered, and everything, every bit of clarity about yourself and every area of your life that you know. And then act. If there's a doubt, give it time. You'll know when you're ready. But when you know what you know, the things that you know, trust them and act upon them when you really feel that there's a high possibility. Or maybe I should just say a possibility. there is, I'm seeing the word sex lowercase. So sometimes they play with this, with words. They make it uppercase and then lowercase, and where normally you wouldn't do that. Like this word would you wouldn't normally think of that unless it came in the beginning of a sentence or is used in a title. But this means that they're talking about the earthly form of this and not the spiritual connection, which might have a slightly different meaning. And what I'm feeling is it's something about almost like it's some decision, and this is not for everybody, this information, but about in a relationship about where to take it we're taking it to the next level, where sex might be the next level, or if you're already sexually active in this relationship or partnership or in this dating stage, that it you're trying to decide if you want to take it into some places where you're not really comfortable or is not your thing, but you're considering it. um and I just saw the word break, so as in like, and you might be thinking about taking a break, or you might need to take a break, or you just might need to put the brakes on for a little bit. It doesn't mean break up, although it could mean break up because that's what they wrote that break. But there's just so many different um, outcomes depending on which one, which stage of this you're in, and the situations that I sort of just sort of picked out there for you. But the thing is, remember who you are and take action when you are ready, and do what you want to do if it gives you pleasure or if it appeals to you. But don't let this, you know, be this thing where you start getting in your head and doubting yourself, questioning whether you're being too rigid. You need to be more open. None of this matters, actually. What matters is how you feel, what you want, and what you want from this. That's what matters. Nothing else. So I see the word sarcasm. Like, get rid of the sarcasm. If it's coming at you, sarcasm, I would think that I would probably think differently about all of this. All right, so let's take a look at the um, message from the guardian angel, the Major Arcana. And this is another card that's come up a lot. The Death card, which is titled here Release. So it's about beginnings, it's about transitions, it's about change. It's also about, as they have here, freedom. What do you need? And here's one thing. How is this situation, as I just look at the Phoenix here, how does this situation give you freedom in some way? So, like, first of all, the Phoenix is some sort of for this feeling of a rebirth. Like, does this awaken something in you? Does this sort of give you new life and freedom to be who you want to be, to explore? They also write to resolve. You might be breaking, they wrote quickly, I didn't know that was coming, like some social norms, or you may be breaking away from those social norms. And is it because is this giving you some type of, is this allowing you to be reborn in some way, allowing you to be yourself, be authentic in some way? So let's go back. I forgot that word. But the key here in all of this, especially this whole pride in this month, is about authenticity. That's the most important key word about energetically, about what we're celebrating. And it's just not for one group of people, but it's for all of us, right? And I know what it's like to be gay and not be able to celebrate your sexuality. And I'd like to just also use the word to mean the same thing, your authenticity, to love the way you want to love, to create the way you create, to express the way you express yourself. Like this, this is an important reason to do anything. So if you're, it's about you're letting things go that's allowing you to be who you truly want to be, getting rid of that corset. All right. But all of the cards, well, not all of them, but a majority of them are coming with these really harsh lessons. It's almost as if keep getting this really powerful energy, and then in the day-to-day awareness, it's just like this card is almost sort of like a betrayal, right? To let yourself, it feels like you're going against everything that you've been taught. You're to have your what you truly desire. Now, this in this angel wisdom tarot has given this a slight different meaning in terms of endings, recovery, and freedom. So it's focusing on that higher vibration of this energy of this card. And similarly, in the card of the wheel, where you have all these angel cherubs, sort of in a circle, the swords have been placed around this angel in a circle, and there's this sense of time, the hourglass of being able to turn it, and time starts all over again. So that's that process of renewal, and that as the sand falls from the higher vase to the lower, it's it also reminds of us of, I don't know if this might be my opinion, it's coming to me right now, but divine divine will, sort of that energy of the divine coming through, infusing itself, supporting us in this time frame. And there's also, for some who might look at it as sort of a trigger that, oh, it's about, you're worried about time running out, or or that you have this one last chance. And if you feel like you're at this point where it's either now or never, that can be true from our world perspective, but you're also coming up with that based on upon the limitations. So let's just say like age, and if you haven't gotten married or you haven't been in a relationship, by this point, you're thinking to yourself, well, this is it. It's either now or never. I'll never be able to enjoy, let's say, sex, or I'll be too old to feel beautiful, that kind of thing. I don't know what this means yet. I do know I think about that, because I'm 52, but I'm not 62 or 72, and I don't know, if I'm going to feel less, say, sexy, or whatever. However, the point I'm getting at for this, it's now or late or never kind of thing, is that it's true based on the belief that it's true. You're allowing your ego to project that limitation on to your future, and then therefore it becomes something you fear, meaning you are resisting what you want. If it's a relationship, if it's a job, you know, because you can project all those kind of things about anything in any circumstance. So based on what's going on with you, Virgos, right now, you have to put that into perspective. So instead of focusing on now or later and then making decisions you're not ready for because you're forgetting who you truly are. Your soul, your heart is eternal. And if we really gave all of our attention and belief to this, and we freed ourselves from anything else, the rest of us would be the same. Eternal, unlimited, and full of opportunities and possibilities, no matter what stage in life we're in, what circumstances are currently going on or happening. All right, so Virgo, I send you lots of love and angel blessings. And the word that they're sharing with me right now, as they keep doing this in every video as I'm closing, compassion. Be compassionate towards yourself. Be compassionate in every step that you take in this world about everything that you're thinking about. Have a compassionate view. It's sort of like what the author did with this card. He focused on the other realistic possibility. Just take it one step at a time. They're showing me just someone just stepping forward one step at a time, receiving. It's a woman's shoe. So, and there's a cross on the shoe that turns into a bow like a reward. So it's sort of like take your medicine right now. The challenge, the things that are challenging you, the things that, even if it's just internal, those things are your spiritual lessons helping you to find the rewards that you deserve in life. So work with these important lessons. Work with them instead of resisting them. Compassion. God bless. Have a beautiful month.